Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Valencia, Spain for DreamHack Open 2015. We've already cleared our first series of the day. We've had a great start to the weekend here so far. Hopefully you're all having a nice time at home tuning in. I'm Nathanius, joined again, of course, my awesome panel. We had a pretty clean sweep to start things off here on the mainstream. Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to talk about between Majestic and TLO before we moved on?
It's just a great surprise, I think. Kind of an amazing upset. Majestic doing it in front of his home crowd here in Valencia. Let's hope he can keep at it though, because he's not out of that group yet. He's got Terminator waiting for him in the winners, and I don't know, after that maybe he'll have to go through TLO again.
Yeah, a lot of time when you have this kind of match as the first match of the day, you're trying to, giving the fans a treat, giving the hometown player a showing, not really expecting him to win. But, he was very convincing against TLO, and even if he loses against Terminator, by his play in that series, you kind of expect him to beat TLO again if they face again.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about before how his PvP is not the best, and facing against one of these, Janair B teamers coming over here, he's still going to be a very strong Protoss. I know he's a very big favorite of Artosis, calling him one of the smartest Protosses in the entire world. Think what you want of that, but if he does get to that last match, I think he definitely could get out. So it's pretty cool to have one of those Spanish players doing well.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really cool thing to look at, especially when you consider that TLO has certainly had a good year so far himself, at least with very recent performance. Only getting knocked out by Polt in WCS Season 2. But this match that we have coming up, I think, is a pretty good one as well. We're gonna have MarineLorD facing off against Liquid HerO. And this, we were bringing out the Frenchies now. We're going to see how the French players managed to do here in Spain this weekend.
Yeah, and they've been doing very well. I mean, in Home Story Cup, they were the last remaining foreigners in that tournament when it came to the round of 8. So they've showed a lot of great success recently. Up against HerO, HerO certainly not what he used to be in the last couple of years, but he still has that. He can still show brilliance time and time again, and we have seen that recently in Pro League and in GSL. So it should be an interesting match.
Yeah, what do you guys think of his Pro League performance lately? Because, that's your area of expertise. He's on a 3-0 tear. You think that's like a sign of like a resurgence, or do you think that's just like kind of a fluky streak?
Well, I don't know if it's like a fluky streak. I think he's like slowly getting back into the thick of things, even having a pretty decent performance over there at GSL as well. He's definitely getting, a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable. Here's one of those players who's very emotional, and he can be a bit streaky at times. So, I'm not sure how the whole flight and coming all the way over here to Valencia is going to affect him. But if he's on his game, I think he definitely should take this one.
It's kind of surprising because he used to be one of the most familiar sights in the foreign scene among the Korean players. And he's just gone into the slump, and understandably, I guess the team hasn't been wanting to send him out as often. But I think the fact that he's here kind of just it probably shows that he has recovered his form, and the team decided, okay, now it's time to send HerO out. He can come somewhere and get a result.
And HerO's always done pretty well when it comes to DreamHack performances as well. He's got multiple Winter Championships under his belt. Even thinking straight back to, he played in Winter last year. He got to the finals of DreamHack Summer last year. He's probably played against Tasia almost more than almost anybody else that he's competed against here. So this is an opportunity for him to try to re-cement himself, because you make Winter, I think, almost every year that it's basically happened for StarCraft II. And then you look at this year, it's like, okay, well, this is where he has to show up and have a nice big DreamHack performance, because it's just kind of expected of him at this point. But MarineLorD, especially we talk about these French players, it's such an interesting beast to note, because they're all starting to just really improve. It seems like faster than everybody else.
It's so interesting to see. It's that it is these French players that somehow just are rising up at this time. No one would really expect it to happen. France being such a strong StarCraft country, but it's great to see, and I'm really excited to see what he can do against HerO and how he approaches this game, because I think one of HerO's weakest one of his biggest weaknesses is going to the late game. He's so good at figuring out builds and having this initial start and going to the mid game and maybe doing a timing or getting himself cemented there, but the later it goes, I feel like the weaker he gets.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how MarineLorD plays that out, as he's got a really good versus Zerg matchup, but we're actually about to find out. The game is ready, so I'll kick it on over to you guys to go for our next match. It's MarineLorD versus HerO, off to Moonglade and Valdez.
Welcome back to the caster desk. Over here, of course, Valdez and MarineLorD. We're about to jump into this best-of-3 series between Liquid HerO and MarineLorD. How are you feeling going into this one, a PvT?
Oh, man, I'm feeling good about this. We haven't seen a PvT yet. It's only been a PvT.
It's only been one match, but you know.
No, I'm very excited for this one. I can't wait to see how MarineLorD is going to be playing this one. I do think he has a great shot against Liquid HerO. Liquid HerO, you know, he is a great player, but we certainly don't see him as much as we were saying before. Like, there is a reason behind that.
Yeah, I'm very curious how he's going to line up against all the other Koreans, like how far he's going to get here. You know, I would say that there are some other big names that are a bit ahead of him, but if he continues that streak, you know, it will be pretty good for him. But of course, all eyes on MarineLorD as he's going up against a Korean player here. We'll see what he's going to be able to do in this series. But going into the game now, up here in the top left in the red, our Protoss player from Team Liquid, it is HerO.
Down here in the bottom right, it is the blue Terran, MarineLorD. Wishing HerO some good luck, have fun.
Yeah, we actually met this guy on the elevator, a very nice kid, introduced himself to us.
Yeah, sweet kid.
Yeah.
Nice young man. We were very jet-lagged at that time. We didn't understand his French accent.
It was all good, though. He's pretty good at English regardless. Going back into Coda, it looks like, here for the first map of this series as well. Usually a pretty decent map for Terran. Oftentimes in those Korean leagues, we do see Terrans either first picking that or especially Zerg players kind of banning that out.
Yeah, we do see
Terran
this.
And Protoss.
Certainly get this map vetoed a lot compared to a lot of the other maps. Might changed up a little bit considering this new map pool there. You know, when you got Dash and Terminal and Moonlight Madness and all those other interesting maps that we have seen come out. So things have really shook up a lot. And this map is indeed getting through a lot more often.
Yeah, looks like HerO going to be the first to scout here. Oh, no, MarineLorD going to send out his own SCV. Out of the map, they're going to scout each other at the same time. On MarineLorD's side of things, he is going to be going for that CC first.
Yeah, this could be a little bit of a problem. The probe certainly is going to scout it early enough and start to harass it. But, you know, he is playing it safely. He is scouting with that SCV at the same time. It means this CC is going to be a little bit later because he wasn't mining with that SCV, but he will have, you know, more peace of mind because he will know exactly what's going on in HerO's base.
Yeah. HerO, once he sees this, I'm very curious to see what he's going to go for. He actually, a bit on autopilot here, going to go past the CC and then come down here. But HerO reminds me of a Protoss player that it's kind of like SOS, where he's very tricky, but he almost takes it too far. You were talking about it before, where he's not the strongest in the late game, almost because he comes up with these big plans, and if they don't go so well, he kind of just falls apart. You know, like I was saying before, a bit emotional.
That's right. Yeah, his multitasking definitely falls apart in the late game in his macro. Like, if something happens that shakes him up, destroys his rhythm, like, he just can't get it back.
Yeah.
And we'll see how late MarineLorD wants to play this, what kind of style he's going to show for us. Ooh, bit of a mistake there.
Yeah. Trying to, I think, a little bit too hard to get that eBay down, especially with two of those probes there. Would have just loved to see him block and then go home, but we'll lose that one SCV. Another one on the run against this probe here in the middle of the map.
On the ropes. Chased that probe for a little too long. Those shields regened and came back for more.
And that probe wants blood.
Oh, there's a couple down. Imagine that, probe killing two SCVs. That would be it. That'd be the game, Valdez, right then and there.
MarineLorD, we'll see how he deals with that if that comes to play. Well, oh, man, he's going to get another one.
Okay, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tilting moment there, Valdez.
Yeah, it could just be a bit of nerves coming into this series. And look at this. Liquid HerO going to even get a Zealot very fast out onto the map.
Oh.
And he's already at the base here.
Well, one Marine is going to be out for now, but this is going to create a lot of disruption, especially with mining. He's going to have to pull more SCVs from the main. This Marine's going to have a rough time.
Trying to micro here, but he's going to need some help. Just going to run away for now, wait for that second Marine to come out.
Great pressure from Liquid HerO early on. You know, even the probes getting a couple of SCV kills as well, and now a Marine going to be forced to run around. But now the Salt's going to focus on some SCVs.
Going to get a third SCV now in this game. It's got to be very tilting for MarineLorD. Could be even a number 4. Yes, it will. Liquid HerO putting on the pressure.
Yeah, he's applying a lot of pressure here, and not too good at all. Look at that supply lead or worker lead already. 7 workers up, 8 workers up.
Yeah.
Liquid HerO doing well. And look at that, a proxy robo. So he wants to get the job done quickly.
Yeah, he loves to go for weird stuff like this, man. What do you think this is going to be? You think he's just going to go for straight Immortals? Like, he's done a lot of damage early on and just go for a bust here at the beginning?
Yeah, I think it could be Immortals from this. Probably see a couple more gateways go down soon, and yeah, just, build up a couple of Immortals and go for that big push. And not a bad choice against the CC first, especially when you've already started to do economic damage and disruption.
Yeah, and not even that, but out on the map here is a bunch of Marines. No stim, of course. Stalker already taken down some of the health of one of those Marines, getting to work here. And there's a probe already still lurking out on the map, maybe looking to put down an even closer pylon to the base.
It looks that way. We do see those 3 Raxes pumping Marines, and then Bunker very smartly going down at the front. But is he actually going to have enough to stop an Immortal? And that's the question.
Yeah, that is the question. The follow-up build from the CC is very good. He's going to get out 3 racks. He's going to be very safe. He's going to have a lot of units. But against this kind of play, you need multiple bunkers. You need to be ready. You need to see it coming almost.
You need to have SCVs on that bunker as well. If you don't, if that one bunker gets DPS down before anything can be there to stop it, then you will just lose the game. No doubt about it.
For sure. HerO looking to put on the pressure very early on in the series. Wants to move on. We do see that stim coming in finally here. Yeah. Also putting down an eBay and looking to tech up a bit.
Yeah, factory as well, Valdez. So maybe, if he gets some mines out, if he wants to be defensive like that. Do see a scan go down, doesn't really see anything.
Well, he's going to see both gases not taken here.
That is the one thing. Look at that. Here we're going to throw them down now. So yeah, I intended to get him at that time, sure.
Yeah.
Second bunker.
MarineLorD knows this coming, I think, at this point. He's going to even send out an SCV. Going to be looking for some units out here that could be putting on some pressure. We already see 4 more gateways on the way. Another Immortal being made here. He's going to have 3 total and a lot of sentries to back it up.
Yeah, look at that. Canceling one of those gases too, just sticking on 3. So it's going to be very Zealot heavy. Very Smiley adding some sentries as well. You need the force fields to stop those SCVs, as well as that Guardian Shield to reduce the damage of those Marines. And it's going to be 3 Immortals, look like it. He's going to stop there.
And once he gets all those gateways powered up here, it's going to be a huge amount of units coming out very fast.
SCV is going to get the scout there.
Oh, Liquid Gary has to show it. And here we go. All the units coming down here. 3rd bunker going to be made here by MarineLorD. We'll see if he can get that up in time.
Stim is nearly finished as well, not too far away. If he can get that up, it's going to make things a lot easier. Smiley putting the SCVs there as well.
Yeah, this is great scouting by MarineLorD. He knows this is coming.
I love that he puts them at the front as well. He's going to start to DPS them down, but he sees this army, and man, it's going to be tricky for HerO.
Yeah, HerO already making some more probes, looking to get that 4th gas down here, and a forge coming up here. So it looks like he's already kind of transitioning out of this one.
Yeah, not a bad choice. I mean, we do see MarineLorD investing a lot in defense, a lot in all these like emergency sort of precautions to kind of defend against this. So if HerO can transition into a much stronger composition, Colossus and +1 armor, gonna make it a lot easier a little bit later on.
Here we go, pushing up the ramp now is Liquid HerO, but gonna move back. Like you said before, the SCV positioning from MarineLorD is quite fantastic. He's got 4 bunkers at this time. Just looking to put on a bit of pressure here, I think, is HerO. Just gonna try to kill as many SCVs as possible. Not really gonna commit to this one.
I love seeing SCVs at the front of bunkers too, because, if you force field them, then your Zealot's not going to get in. So it makes things a little bit harder to engage into that. Maybe he wants to simply just DPS it down, avoid the force fields. But with the stim and that many bunkers, there's no way he's getting in.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it before, but HerO is long since transitioning out of this. No 3rd base, just trying to get out that tech here, try to get out some Colossi and some upgrades as well.
Ooh, I like this as well. Warp Prism's going to help keep MarineLorD in his base. So you'll have a lot harder of a time kind of trying to get out and do these drops, but I think that Warp Prism saw it, so maybe he'll want to try and head back now and defend against this kind of style.
Yeah, I think he saw it, but
we'll see if he reacts to it
recalls. I think he did. Looks like it on the map there.
Yeah, certainly has. But now this Warp Prism looking to do some damage in the main base while he gets ready to defend this double drop. Dropping at the front here.
Yeah, just gonna go in the front, see if he can get some damage down. Probably not gonna be much. Only Marines here. But let's see if he can take HerO by surprise. He's going to get up the ramp. Here comes the stim. Going for the sentries, trying to do as much damage as possible, but now he's just going to pick up and go back.
Yeah, not a bad move, getting rid of a couple of sentries. It opens the map for him as well. Very awkward Colossus on the map.
It's because of the positioning of that robo, from so early on.
Yeah, look at this. Going to try for the main base, but Stalker's in position. Everything.
These drops kind of... Okay, they're going to be able to boost away here to the north. No blink. For a while here, only about halfway done. But still on the chase is HerO. He really wants to take out those drops, even warping in some stalkers on the right side of the map. Try to catch him out.
MarineLorD now throwing down that armory as well, so he plans to transition past this stage, past the 1-1. He wants to play a later game, which I think is smart. At the same time, it wouldn't even be a bad choice to try for that sort of timing with, Bio, SCV, and Viking pull. When you've kind of solidified this kind of lead, the Protoss is still on 2 base. They're trying to play catch-up with their composition. Certainly some openings there.
Yeah, nice little drop coming in from HerO. Not going to do too much damage. Gets 4 SCVs. And delays some mining time, but will eventually be cleaned up here.
We are seeing third bases go down for both players as well at this point. Dark Shrine as well. So
yeah, it wouldn't be Liquid HerO unless you made a Dark Shrine.
You need to have a Dark Shrine and a Warp Prism to be Liquid HerO.
Oh yeah. And I think the Warp Prism survived. Yeah, it did. It's over here on the left side.
It's a lot of Zealots. Counterattacking could do a lot of work here. That's a pretty healthy bio size. There's a lot of Medivacs as well. If they can jump on top of this army, he could really do some damage.
The rain's not done yet for the Colossi, and it looks like MarineLorD just wants to engage into this, trying to snipe out one of the Colossi here in the north. Will get one. The other one getting very, very low.
Yeah, not microing it back at all, and I think he should have, and he certainly would have kept it alive, because that is 3 Immortals in that army. They're always going to be able to DPS it down pretty quickly if they're ignored.
Drop coming in once again. 4 Zealots looking to do damage. And no response just yet from MarineLorD. Here he comes. But already a bunch of SCVs going down and another big pull. And even a warp in here at the natural.
Yeah. Liquid HerO is doing great work with these War Prisms. As expected, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a second one on the map soon enough, dropping both bases simultaneously as he's done in the past. Something he loves to do. But it is one of these problems that he has, as he gets later into the game and has more tools to use, he kind of stumbles a little bit more. His macro slows down a little bit. And if we do see counter drops from MarineLorD, it can trip him up in a big way.
Yeah, we already see him loading up a ton of units here. Looks like no missile turret. Oh, it's there at the front. And he knows that DT's there. He'll deal with it in time. But at the same time, this huge drop coming out, it is spotted by an observer.
And look at that, even a counterattack with some Stalkers. Going to kill rid of some mines. Trying to keep that contain, that soft contain on his base.
And at the same time, a DT looks like he found a little pocket where he can take out a supply depot. Just going to be annoying MarineLorD here a bit.
Yeah. Got to be really worried about this massive drop heading towards the main base. Only Colossus there, and if this was Maru, they would be dead.
Yeah, Maru would make it work. Maru makes anything work, but I mean, these Stalkers are already coming back in time. He knows this is coming, and MarineLorD not going to commit to the drop. And here come a bunch of Stalkers looking for the blink.
Got a good blink. Half a Medivac going down, full of units.
Just going to get another one here and just back off. Just trading a couple Medivacs and some units for 2-3 Stalkers. Definitely a good trade for HerO at this point in the game.
Yeah. Finally, we do see MarineLorD going for that third base as well. While taking the middle of the map, so he's kind of got some vision and slow things down a little bit. 2-2 is well on the way for him.
Yeah, I'm going to be very curious to see how MarineLorD deals with HerO towards the later game here. We see a lot of Terrans, especially over in Korea, looking to end it somewhere in the mid-game, or at least get far enough ahead where they can just close it out somewhere in the late game.
Yeah, things get a little bit more trickier, especially when Storm is on the map as well. But for now, HerO's just content with shutting down everything that Lord tries to do. He's going to call him Lord from now on. That's a great way to say it. And look at this. Oh, one shot away. Getting rid of that Medivac full of units.
That focus fire, though. I think he was just going to get... he probably thought that one Medivac was going to go down. Oh, by the way, I really like the positioning on the third orbital here from MarineLorD. He goes for the middle. It's going to be much easier to defend against the very drop-heavy style and just harass-heavy style that HerO loves to go for.
Yeah, I do like that a lot. So far, it's worked out very well. But look at this. Zell's going to be marching straight on into that natural that is completely open.
Oh, boy. This is going to force the entire army back of MarineLorD. That's a lot of Zealots here. And at the same time, looking to do damage at that third base. A bunch of Stalkers really pulling MarineLorD apart at this point in time.
Yeah, he's doing fantastic work with these multitask harassment. A lot of SCVs are going to go down that main base while this harassment goes down. And it looks like the Viking count simply just got reset, flying over those Stalkers. Huge mistake there.
If you'll notice also, HerO's really trying to focus down the missile turrets. He wants to go for Dark Templar a little bit later on. Here comes one. There's no missile turret here.
No missile turret at all, and he's going to have to force out at least another scan. Or try and finish that turret. There's the scan. More and more damage.
HerO's just non-stop with this harassment.
Yeah, I think it's like if you let him get into his groove like this, like there's simply he's just gonna have a field day with you because he's just gonna keep doing this non-stop. Look at this, another massive warping into the main base.
Yeah, usually we see the Terran player actually going for this kind of play, really trying to draw the Protoss apart, but on the opposite side of things, you know, this is HerO, he makes his own game. He does what he wants.
And he's cleaning up that main base. You know, 26 SCVs have gone down at this point. That drop is getting cleaned up from MarineLorD to try and defend against it. The Dark Templar wasn't really stopped at all.
Yeah, and at this point, we got 2-2 upgrades for the Protoss. Not sure about MarineLorD here.
I think he's on 2-2 as well at this point, so they're pretty even. But things are just getting a little bit harder, especially now that Storm is nearly finished as well. So HerO's got that transition period.
That he does. They're going to take a little trade here in the middle of the map. Nice little micro from MarineLorD, but he is going to have to boost out of there. And only now is he cleaning up that War Prism. But if you'll notice, this is just buying so much time for HerO to get a massive army back at home. The Storm research just completed, and he's going to be coming with another huge push a little bit later on in this game.
Yeah, that's right. It's he really does have so much momentum behind him. He's such a supply lead, you know, 50 supply lead at this point. It's going to be so hard for MarineLorD to find a way back into this. Maybe if he can find a good engagement against these Colossus, but look at that. The army is reunited at this point. Still those 3 Immortals with it as well, so if he tries to jump forward, he just takes so much damage.
GG. Just, you know, way too many Colossi out at that point, like we were talking about before. There were actually 0 Vikings on the map at that point in time, so
yeah,
no real counter to that. And
no counter whatsoever. And, you know, he lost so many of those Vikings just from the harassment of those Stalkers. Obviously, they were hotkeyed with the rest of the army, so they're flying to all these awkward positions, and they're just unlucky from MarineLorD. You know, just HerO having his way, doing whatever he needed to do.
Yeah, I think MarineLorD is going to take a look at that last game. You know, we saw some nerves in the beginning, losing a lot of SCVs where I think he shouldn't have.
Certainly,
certainly. After that first game, you're definitely going to take a step back as a turn player and be like, okay, I need to defend a little bit better. It looked like reverse roles in that game. HerO was just playing his own game, dropping at like 3 different places, attacking at the front with his Stalkers. It was insane. Kind
of surprising too, yeah. If only he had a few Vikings to get rid of this War Prism, you know, even just one Viking could have really helped out in that situation. Just shut it down so you can, you know, not worry about one avenue of harassment and try and play the game from there.
I think I did see 1 or 2 Vikings come out, but they got sniped because the rally was bad towards the third base.
That's right, you know, so...
Yeah, just kind of a shaky game to start things off here for MarineLorD. When you go up against one of these very strong Korean players, I mean, it is granted.
This guy,
I'd be nervous playing against HerO, man.
Yeah, he has so much experience. You know, this is why he read what MarineLorD was doing. He's like, okay, you know, I can just go for this really gimmicky, cheesy build that can work out. I've done it a million times against a million players over the last 5 years of StarCraft II. Throw it out there and see what happens. And it certainly did. It didn't actually do damage, but it created such an awkward situation for MarineLorD that he was completely on the defensive.
Yeah.
And he didn't know how to move past that. Yeah. Whereas I think if we saw like Maru deal with that, he'd be like, okay, I need this many bunkers, and now I can drop you. And he'd be dropping him with 1 Medivac like so early on. The moment a Medivac came out, he'd fill it up and go over there, no matter how many units are sitting outside his natural.
We saw MarineLorD try to go for that when the Medivacs came out. They were very late because of the build that he did go for, but he dropped at the front. He wasn't even like pulling the Protoss apart at all. He was just trying to like just barge down the front with only 2 Medivacs worth of Marines.
Yeah, he could have split up his Medivacs and gone for the main and the natural, force things out of position, snipe some probes. See what he can do in game number 2.
Yeah, game number 2 here. Up in the top right in the red, our Protoss player, it is Liquid HerO.
Down here in the bottom left, we do see Blue Terran MarineLorD. Got to win this game or he's heading to the losers.
Really interesting placement there on his mouse, by the way.
Oh,
He's got it under the keyboard.
Oh. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, don't really see that too often.
I can't play like that, man.
It almost feels like you're crossing your hands or something. It's kind of interesting, but to each his own.
No, man. If it works, it works. And MarineLorD is a very good player with a lot of success, so...
Yeah.
Maybe I should start doing it.
Maybe we got to adopt that style. Maybe that's what we're doing wrong.
Over my years, Valdez, I've seen many weird sort of styles of mouse pads and keyboards.
What's the weirdest you ever saw?
I believe it was keyboard on the lap.
Oh, what?
Yeah, man. I think it might have
That's-
been. I think it
that's
might have been
crazy.
Chef that used to do that. One of the older players.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah, that's strange. I mean, he was a great player as well. So, whatever works. I mean, you can get used to anything. You can have it on your head
Yeah.
if you wanted to. If you practice
if you can make
enough.
it work, you know, if you got great balance while you're playing StarCraft,
Maybe someone has it
you're double jointed.
doing it with their feet. You know, I'd love to try and macro with my feet.
Yeah, if you could use a foot too, imagine how much potential that could open up.
Yeah, well,
You
then
know?
you have
It's
an extra
like
hand.
an extra hand. Yeah, exactly.
Literally, like
Or even just like your big toe could work out.
your big toe.
Yeah,
Not my big toe, Val. It's too big.
it's too big.
I'll be hitting like 3
You got
keys at
big
once.
feet.
No, just big
Oh,
toe.
big
man.
toes?
Just one
All
big
right.
toe.
You got like the monkey feet.
It's kind of weird, man. I think I got a problem actually.
I think it's fine, man. You're okay. Moonlight Madness is the map here, by the way. Forgetting to mention that. What do you think about this one for PvT?
I certainly think it's a bit better for Terran on this map. I think this is, you know, obviously we saw Flash have a lot of success over Classic if we go back to recent times in Kesper Cup.
Yeah.
So, you know, it does have potential, and this is probably why we're going into this one. Maybe MarineLorD wanted this map, and we see a lot of success from Terrans against Zergs on this map as well, because they're
Oh, yeah.
awkward sort of dropping with those ledges to deal with the gas and whatnot, as we can see the lovely Funker showing us.
Thank you, Funka.
Much love, brother.
It's a very interesting build. I think Sue went up against Flash on this map, actually. I think Sue was able to take... Or no, that was the
No.
one game he lost.
Yeah, that was actually-
That was the one game he lost.
Yeah, that was really a showcasing of what Flash could do with Terran on this map, or what Terrans can do on this map.
Yeah.
And they can create really awkward situations. It really forces, I guess if we're talking about Zerg, to get for early air. But against the Protoss, probably not the same sort of situation can occur, as we are seeing a Reaper expand from MarineLorD. So he's already mixing things up.
Yeah. I like it. You know, even getting that eBay down is going to delay this Nexus coming down very, very much. Looking a bit more solid compared to the first game. You know, maybe just getting into the groove now.
Shake those nerves off. You're down
Yeah.
a game.
You got to play your heart out, you know?
Yeah, I always found that you know, losing a game will really make me care less. Like it'll not care less in that sort of
You're like,
sense.
well, I guess I lost.
It's like I don't care about this anymore. But no, like I'd be like, I shook it off. The nerves are gone now. It's like, ugh. All right, I have to play well. I have to focus now. The nerves are gone.
A nice little scout there by the by HerO, actually getting a probe into the main, even with the Reaper out on the map. Is going to see what there is over here. But HerO, he notices that there's not a lot of units coming out, going for that pretty early reactor.
Man, he is so aggressive. Like, HerO is being really aggressive this series. I can't believe he's like already got his Zealot out. He's got that mothership. He's going to apply the pressure, slow this down completely. And there's not enough Marines on the map, and there's not really enough to deal with even the Zealot.
I would have loved to see HerO go immediately for the Marines, in fact, but it looks like he's still going to be able to do this.
Oh yeah, he certainly will, because they got softened up by the Zealot.
Yeah.
So one Marine left. He could go back to the natural, maybe deal with that, slow it down a little bit more.
We got a Stalker on the way at the same time, passing by the Reaper. He just wants to go for main base damage here.
Yeah.
And
Look
he's
at
even
this.
going to delay that starport just barely.
99%, that's ruthless. Mine going down, this could really slow things down.
Oh.
Just getting out in time.
Yeah, well, it's not going to allow HerO to get up that ramp at least. And the Reaper gets a pretty nice scout here. Going to see the Stargate on the way for HerO.
Maybe HerO will want to change it up now that he sees, you know, we do see mines being produced, so might want to slow it down here. Not yet there. Would also make you really want to get a robo earlier so you have an observer out for all these kind of mine drops that could be on the way as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to go for an Oracle instead for that detection. And I suppose maybe Phoenix is after it. You know, it's pretty good at lifting up the mines before they can get any damage done if you're in position.
Trying to get rid of this Reaper on the map. It's just creating so much havoc. Just, you know, just a little bit of scouting here and there. He's not really going to find any damage with it anymore, but it can scout some pretty crucial tech. Scouting that Stargate, as you said earlier, is also a pretty big move. Oracle on the way.
So HerO, he's not even going to defend with that Oracle. He's going straight for the main of MarineLorD. He wants to get damage done ASAP. Going to rely on the Photon Overcharge in his main base.
Well, that's certainly not the best choice to Photon Overcharge, because we did see that drop head his way as well. And oh, this Oracle got to be careful.
Yeah, getting that bunker down is so crucial.
Look at that. There's no turret in the main base either, so this Oracle could have a field day unless there's a mine in place.
Going to force a gigantic pull, but at the same time, a big drop coming into the natural of HerO. Would is going to burrow there, both of them there. They're only going to get 3 kills in total.
Wow.
but forcing a really big pull, so not a bad drop at all.
Yeah, but a much bigger pull for MarineLorD. He actually didn't have anything in the main base to stop this Oracle, but he decided to pull the SCVs regardless. So Oracle being very careful here, super paranoid of a mine. But he's going to find out now that there never was. It's like, oh, I could have actually killed all your SCVs.
Yeah. Well,
gets a few and gets out.
Yeah, not bad. He's still really controlling the tempo of this game for sure. Like, MarineLorD was trying to go for those earlier drops.
Oh, no. Mine tries to get in position to get shut down.
Yeah. But HerO with his aggression, he's just forcing MarineLorD back. He's putting MarineLorD in a position where he has to defend.
Well, he tried for that one drop as well. Just maybe not the best placement for it, not finding the enough probe sort of kills. And usually with this kind of style, you want to keep dropping as well. Like, you want to keep that momentum going. You want to keep the probes getting pulled off the line. So these mines, they don't necessarily have to get the kills. They just have to create enough economic damage, whether it be by simply not mining to pull you ahead or actually go for those big hits. Depends on the player too. I mean, if this was Creator, all those probes would have been dead by now, fellas.
One Stalker going to be caught out here, but he will be the scout of a potential drop coming out on the map. Looks like Colossus Tech is going to be the choice for Liquid HerO after going for 2 Oracles and a Phoenix.
I like this. Adding a Phoenix in. It's going to help shutting down these drops. At the same time, it's going to lead the way, soak up a mine hit or two.
Well, he's also got that detection, so he could even pick it up, you know?
He's found it.
There we go.
There you go. Cleans up a mine. Going to go for a couple of SCV kills as well.
Yeah, just skirting around the outside, trying to get what damage that he can. Not going to be too much here. But also getting a full scout of the base. He's the timing of the starport at the same time. He's just going to back off here. Not going to overcommit.
See that Colossus range and +1 armor going on the way, as well as a few gateways. Sort of standard transition here from here, just go into that simple Colossus tech. He's got to keep these Oracles alive for a little bit longer. I mean, they're so useful in the late game as well. Revelation on all the units is going to keep you safe. You can have an idea of where drops are coming from for days.
Ooh, sniping out the probe there at the third base. It looked like HerO was saving up for that third base, but one of the hard parts of this map that the Terran really kind of views is how far away the natural is from your third base. You have to split up your units somehow to defend against it. But at this point in time, HerO's just going to knock down those rocks and block his own probe from getting out.
Now he's going to kill those rocks.
Never seen that strategy been played.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a mistake there, Valdez. I'm not sure.
It happens.
Oracle's still keeping tabs on this army as well. It doesn't have to use Revelation if you can just see them.
Nice little cheeky drop coming in here towards the main. Gonna force out a photon overcharge and just back out. Take away some of the energy of that Mothership Core.
Things are slowing down, certainly. HerO's still on 2 bases, though. He'll certainly want to go for a third soon. He was looking for it before, and now he blocked his probe out with those rocks kills, so wants to get that fixed up. Maybe he's going to wait a little bit longer, maybe for Blink, maybe for that Colossus range as well, and maybe a couple more Colossus. Not entirely sure how long he wants to wait there. And we are seeing a big push go towards that natural, and it is completely undefended right now.
Oh, and look at the positioning of the Widow Mines even. A bunch of Zealots being warped into to their death. I'm going to force another photon overcharge. One decent hit there from the mine on a bunch of Stalkers. The other one, not the best.
Yeah, look at this. And now the third base denied once again. Such a hard map to take a third on.
Yeah.
Because of how far away everything is. So, HerO, what are you going to do? How are you going to get back into this? Because the longer it takes, the worse position you are in. We are seeing a third orbital be upgraded from MarineLorD as well, so he's edging ahead at this point.
Yeah. Looks like the idea from HerO is to try to force and engage so that the Terran can't really drop that much. But a really nice concave coming out here. Not much to defend. No. All the Stalkers. Going to pick off a couple of those guys.
Yeah, actually bringing Stalkers back here. He's going to lose that fight too. At least one of those Stalkers. But yeah, it's not really many sentries with this army, which means he can't really engage in this kind of bio safely. And now we do see that drop head towards the main base. Or the third. Completely undetected either way.
It's so hard to deal with this. He's got a lot of Stalkers in position, but you get 4 medevacs, you drop out all that bio. Stalkers and Zealots are not going to do the job.
Once again, HerO just stuck on 2 bases. You know, he's completely on the defensive right now. Complete opposite to last game as well.
Yeah. He is going to be able to clean up this small drop. scan coming down. As long as MarineLorD can keep HerO on 2 bases for this long while getting his own 3rd base up, he's going to be in a pretty nice position.
Yeah, we should certainly see some, Viking production happen soon as well. Start to really get the army that's going to crush what Liquid HerO has. And no doubt Liquid HerO is going to have a hard time transitioning past Colossus because he's only on 4 gases right now. You need about 6 gases if you want to safely get into those Templar tech and get enough Templar out for them to be useful.
Yeah. I wonder what the answer is going to be from HerO. Is he just going to go for one big push on 2 base? I mean, he's got the workers to transition into a 3rd base, but he just cannot take it at any point. He's just going to sit back and get stormed.
Yeah,
I suppose.
He's going to sit in the storm, but it's a 2-base army. And look at this. More aggression from MarineLorD here. Trading pretty efficiently, getting rid of one of those sentries.
Yeah, taking out some sentries, some of these zealots in the front. And at the same time, he's going to stim in the back. And look at all these Colossi all alone, going to snipe one of them.
Completely caught out here. Great multitasking from MarineLorD. Getting some payback for last game where he got completely dominated by it. And this is just a horrible position for Liquid HerO right now. There's really no answer to it because he can't take a safe 3rd. He's got to defend 2 fronts from 2 pretty decent-sized armies as well.
Yeah.
And he's losing these trades horribly. He's down 30, 40 supply and a base.
Yeah, it's just one of these maps that forces the Protoss to split up his units, and that's not really what you want to do. You want to keep all your Colossi together, protected, not being sniped out for free. And it's been pretty hard so far for HerO. We see him again trying to take a 3rd base, but, I mean, MarineLorD just keeps, 3-4 medevacs worth of bio over there, and he can just sit there.
Sit there for the rest of the entire game until, the maxed out army comes across the map and finishes the job. But look at this. He's going to try jumping to the main base there, but there is 4 Templar waiting. Some feedbacks could do a lot of work here.
Some pretty huge feedbacks. Takes out one of the medevacs and is going to be looking to trade there, but at the same time, multitasking coming into play, trying to snipe out some units here at the natural.
Oh, man.
MarineLorD doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, he's doing fantastic. He's trading out so well. He got one of those Colossus as well. Not really doing economic damage, but he just keeps shaving this army, bits of this army off every time he engages with the bio. That drop in the main base, though, was quite a mistake. He didn't really get anything done for it, but I don't think it even matters at this point.
A nice little blink to avoid the Widowmine, but he blinks into a bunch of Marauders, loses some of his Stalkers. But HerO now looking to put on the pressure, but there's a big bio ball behind this, and still putting on that harass in the back door.
Yeah, still no 3rd base, still trying to go down. He's trying so hard to get that probe out there, but it doesn't make the journey. Charge, half done as well. That could help out if he has enough units for it, but does he have enough, which is the big question. Another Colossus going down. Another
Colossus for free, essentially. And will it be enough Protoss here to deal with what MarineLorD's got? Pretty nice concave, but the Archons in the front doing a good job tanking for the Colossus in the back, getting a lot of decent shots, but at the same time, you guys can check the supplies. Still no 3rd base for Liquid HerO. Another one going to be denied. He just can't expand, man.
I guess not. I guess that's the name of this map. You just can't expand on this map. Not against the Terran player. He's going to try again. He might get it this time now that he's fought back that drop. Now the natural is exposed there.
Yeah, looking to go for a timing here with this 2-2 lining up. Gonna go for some drops. I think that the name of the game here is just to continue trading efficiently, try to get out those Vikings eventually. It looks like he's also taking another CC right now. MarineLorD is back at home, looking to get that 2-base advantage, Moonblade.
Yeah, that's a pretty huge advantage for this kind of matchup as well. The last place as a Protoss you'd want to be, normally they'd be on pretty much equal bases. Neither side really gets too far ahead of each other, but this map, man, there's the way that MarineLorD is playing this map is beautiful.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
No chance at all of getting a 3rd base.
Now HerO forced to trade some gateway units against Fear Bio. It's not usually what you want to see here.
Here we go again. You're going to stim in here. Look for the Colossus kills. Down goes the Mothership Core, but Storm's available this time.
Some pretty good Storms, but I just don't think there's enough Protoss here. I think MarineLorD is just going to roll over this one. GG.
Wow. Beautiful game from MarineLorD.
Really was. Playing the map so well. And you could tell he's a lot more comfortable in the second game, too, compared to that first one.
Yeah, he was much more in control this time around. Even dealing with that early aggression from Liquid HerO just didn't really do much. Liquid HerO made a little bit of a mistake with that Oracle, not doing that SCV damage earlier, but nonetheless, MarineLorD had to pull those SCVs, so Yeah, it was interesting. It was a good game. Great way to play that map for anyone that was watching, wondering how Terrans dominate Protoss on that map. Just keep dropping both sides and stop those third bases go down. You know,
Yeah.
maybe we'll see like more Phoenix Colossus play on that map, so you can shut down any sort of drop play. I
Would
think
be interesting. Kind of play it the way you would play Vonnie Research Station as a Protoss.
Yeah, I feel like we'd see Classic maybe throw that out in the future.
Maybe just make like 5 cannons at your third first. And then you're like, okay, maybe now I can take that third base.
Maybe. I'm not even guaranteed then, because that is such a hard map to defend on.
Yeah, it really is. I like your Phoenix idea. I would love to see a lot more Protosses trying
Maybe we'll
that
see
out.
it this tournament. Maybe it's a good idea. You know, these maps are still getting figured out. They're only a few weeks old at this point, being released into the map pool, so I'm excited to see what they have planned for it. Maybe we'll just see it vetoed next time.
It's possible. Could be the case.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd rather play Dash and Terminal or this map there. Like throwing
I don't know.
against
It's a really hard choice.
It is a
to be
hard
honest,
choice.
yeah. We're about to jump into game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's a really close series here between MarineLorD and HerO. If you're just tuning in, HerO looking a bit frustrated.
A little
with that
agitated,
game.
perhaps.
I would be frustrated. That is such a hard map to play.
I mean, the game he had in game 1, he should still feel pretty good about this. I'm interested to see what the next map's going to be. It looks like Iron Fortress, so another pretty tricky one.
Yeah,
especially
interesting the way the vetoes worked out. I'm very curious to see who vetoed what.
Yeah, because Iron Fortress, it is a bigger map. It is also pretty hard to take a third on this one because it is so spaced out. So maybe Liquid HerO will want to be overly aggressive this time around as well. Maybe a 2-base style. I'm not sure, Valdez.
We'll see, Moonglade. But up here in the top right, in the red, our Protoss player, it is Liquid HerO.
And the Terran player in the top left, in the blue, MarineLorD, playing a fantastic game last game on Moonlight Madness.
The foreign hope here.
One of the foreign hopes. We've got a lot of them here.
Yeah.
Valdez, a lot of good French players as well.
Yeah. We'll be curious to see how all the other brackets line up as well. You know, we can only really watch one game at a time over here. Looking at the positions right now, I'm sure that MarineLorD is going to be pretty happy with this. Going to be a bit closer to the Protoss. Not going to be any cross spawns on this pretty big map.
Yeah, not a bad position for it. Yeah, cross spawns probably makes it a little bit easier for Liquid HerO, but yeah, got a straight flight path to that natural and main. And depending on where we do see HerO through that third base, if he chooses to, most likely going to be that position.
Yeah. I think it would be a little bit better if MarineLorD was in the bottom right. You know, just a direct drop path straight into the main. But he can at least go to the natural. Just the harass at the third base of HerO is going to be a little bit harder. It's not going to look exactly like that last game.
Certainly not. No, I think that map's one of a kind for that kind of matchup. We'll see what they're going to open with this time. Looks like it is going to be that Reaper expand again for MarineLorD.
Worked out for him in the last game.
Yeah, why not? It was a great start. A little bit of harassment. Let's see if Liquid HerO is also going to throw out maybe that early Zealot this time with the Mothership. I think it was more of a counter to the CC first style. Maybe he was expecting MarineLorD to be that greedy, that reckless again.
Yeah. Liquid HerO himself, we talked about his very drop-heavy style, his harass-heavy style. It's not going to be too bad for him on this map. You know, imagine getting a pylon down over towards the south of where MarineLorD put his base, or even just, you know, a straight drop with the War Prism straight into the main of MarineLorD. Liquid HerO can definitely use this map to his advantage if he wants to play like that again.
Yeah, it's all about getting there as well, getting there undetected. Stargate wouldn't be a bad choice either on this map. You're only seeing one gas for now from Liquid HerO. Not choosing to be too greedy, not choosing to tech up too early. Just looking for that natural expansion.
Yeah, no Reapers coming out here, by the way, just straight tech, it looks like, with the gas that MarineLorD went for. He's going to get another really nice eBay block this time. Probably the best we've seen.
Yeah, well, he didn't lose his SDV this time as well. So certainly better than last time. It's going to delay it for a little while, but...
Well, Liquid HerO pretty consistently committing to that Zealot. I mean, he had to in that position, but looks like he may go for his own harass once again.
Okay. Look at this. We're going to see very early factory behind this suit. Instead, looks like he's going to choose to be a little bit more aggressive. Oh, you know, Reactor Hellion. All right. I like this a lot more on this map because it is so open, as we were talking about earlier. You can get away with a lot more Hellion run-bys. You can do a lot more economic damage early on with this style. There we go. 2 Hellions on the way.
Yeah. We'll see. The counter we've been seeing in Korea is just putting down a pylon near the front. You could block it with a couple of stalkers or even just one.
Yeah, it's all about the Sim City
Yeah.
when it comes to this kind of matchup and
I mean,
style.
we even saw Classic versus Dream in the first match that they played of the SSL Final Season 2.
That's right, on
he
merry-go-round.
made a full wall against a Terran on merry-go-round.
That afraid of the Hellion run-bys on merry-go-round that he literally walled off the natural.
Yeah.
And it did great work, you know, he stayed it alive, but look at what we see here so far. All we see is a Zealot on the ramp and a Stalker now. So that's going to help out a little bit more. If there was 4 Hellions, you could probably DPS down that Zealot, but the way it is for now, not much luck. And a second Stalker as well.
Yeah, the Hellion's going to be pretty good to just delay the probes coming down here. If they line up, transferring it could be a bit of a nightmare also. Just to get that scouting information down, he does immediately transition into to getting out a bunch of Widow Mines here. And looking for that drop. Already has that starport out, making a medevac. Looking to go maybe for that Mars style where he puts 4 Widow Mines in the drop and just goes all out. It's like,
oh, yeah.
Goodbye, Widow Mines. I hope you do damage. You're not being saved.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine as well. You know, it's going to force the probes off the line for quite an amount of time. Maybe he's going to run some into the natural. You know, he could put Marines in it as well with a couple of Widow Mines, go for the main with that drop. Because there's Stalkers waiting in that main base, and he knows it because the Hellions have scouted it. It's going to be interesting to see where he commits to them.
Looking to draw the Stalkers, actually, to the front of the base. We were talking about this before. He's got a pretty nice drop path straight to the natural if he wants to go for it. Oh, look at this. He's even going to deny the scout from that probe.
Oh, but look at this. Stalkers. They're actually going to see it as well just for a second. I don't know if he was paying attention. I truly hope he was because that's 4 Widow Mines. Does have that Oracle in the main base.
He's got the Oracle, but the Stalkers are so far out of position. Here come the Widow Mines going into the main. Immediate Photon Overcharge comes down, but 4 Widow Mines going to be dropped here.
Oh, he's going to find many hits at all. It looks like he's going to get a few kills. Oh, killing the Oracle, actually.
Oh, that is gigantic.
Oh, wow. 3 probes going down. They almost all clumped up on the last Widow Mine hit there. So that's a huge move, actually. That's a big mistake from the Oracle, getting DPS down like that.
That was his only source of detection. He's got a Chrono Boost out another one. He's trying to get a robotics facility at the same time.
And look at this, 2 more going towards the natural now. And this could be good. He's actually pulling them early. But guess what? There's 2 Widow Mines about to drop there, so he's going to have to pull the natural as well.
I'm loving this style from MarineLorD. He's playing the map so well.
Oh, it's going to do so much damage. Is he paying attention here?
He's not paying attention.
Oh.
The split's not the greatest, but
Still.
decent targets come down as 7 probes total.
Not too bad at all. If another Photon Overcharge active, going to have to use Envision to get rid of these mines. But that's only 2 mines. Maybe we'd rather do that in the main base where we do see so many more. Looks like that Observer's out though, so it should be okay.
Yeah. Those Widow Mines very close to recharging a 3rd time.
Yeah.
But not quite.
That was some serious damage there nonetheless. Having to pull so many probes and having to lose so many from these drops, it's really put MarineLorD in a great position, up 15 supply this early.
And look at how much space it buys him at the same time, already getting his 3rd command center up at the same time. Here at that natural, he's going to be totally safe. HerO, it's going to be a very long time before he's able to move out on the map and try to punish that at all.
Yeah, another Widow Mine drop going towards the natural as well. Looks like Oracle's going to see it. Let's see what he can do about it there. Actually see a Phoenix as well, so he can lift up 1 to stop the damage happening.
One Widow Mine off will get off, but not the best damage here. Going to do a much better job cleaning it up this time.
Still had to pull the probes there, and look at that. Look at how much probes on mining right now. He's got a 1/3 of the income right now. So still the damage has been done. MarineLorD is going with his momentum. Just about getting up that production. He is making it now. Got to get those Raxes up so we can just build the army that's going to crush him.
Yeah. A lot of Phoenixes being produced here from here. Looks like he may decide to go into that Phoenix Colossus composition. Or maybe just go for some harass, try to get some...
Whoa.
Not really sure what the... Oh, I guess he was supply blocked. Wanted to get out that Colossus.
Desperate times. It's like the last thing he needs is another probe kill here. Oh, well. I guess you got to get that Colossus a little bit... It's a little bit more important at this point. He's got to get those really important army units out because he knows that the bio attack is imminent.
Yeah. It's going to be a +1 attack coming up here. The first forge only being built now. And at the same time, MarineLorD able to freely take his 3rd base. He's already got that morphed into an orbital. is going to be totally fine. Already setting up a turret and a bunker. Looking really strong to take the series right now is MarineLorD. A great position.
Good position as well from these Phoenix. They're going to scout out the next mine drop heading his way. And it looks like he's just going to give it up. Not going to try for it. And he's going to have to drop these mines, though. There's certainly no way he's escaping.
Yeah, a couple lifts should deal with it. It looks like the Bio's going to come over here and try to save it. Wilcat's 1 Phoenix. Not a bad trade.
Looks like the Bio is on the map. Stim is ready. Pretty healthy number as well. Healthy supply lead from MarineLorD. Maybe going to poke the front soon.
He definitely can do it. I would love if he just went, heavy Marauder, straight up Maru style, look to snipe a bunch of Colossi before a big number of them get out.
Yeah, certainly so. Good time to do it. Only 2 Colossus out right now, and that's a small buffering as well. Oh, so close to killing it. That was a sad, sad thing.
HerO Observer, staying alive.
Here we go. Bio is going to be moving across the map. He wanted to stop the Observer from seeing this coming. I think either way, he should probably go for it at this point. He is so far ahead.
Yeah. The Phoenix positioning is going to have to be key here, fantastic from here. He needs to stop these drops from coming down. Looking to snipe some of the medevacs before they come out.
Just doing a bit of harassment with these Phoenix. He actually hasn't seen the 3rd base, which is a huge thing at this point as well.
Yeah, you guys can see the difference in mining there. Nearly 1,000 minerals more per minute for MarineLorD at this point. And the supplies also tell a pretty good story. Up 50 by this point is MarineLorD.
He's looking to just nearly end at this point. He's making the composition. He's bringing out the Vikings at this point as well. So he's going to get that second starport on the way. And all he has to do is make the right composition. Everything else is in place. The armies, the supplies, the economy. He's ahead in every way. It's about closing it. And you can kind of stumble at this point because Protoss, they're on the full defensive. They have these units that can crush you if you are in a bad position.
I like what MarineLorD is doing. At this point, I feel like he almost can't believe how far ahead he is. He's like, oh, you don't have a 3rd base? Do you have a hidden base? What's going on?
It's like he's getting nervous at this point. He's like, wait, I'm about to win this?
Wait, I'm this far ahead?
I gotta slow down here. This is actually getting scary. I wasn't expecting this. But either way, but he doesn't have to worry too much just yet because he's still getting ahead. He's not maxed out yet. He's still getting upgrades. He's still getting the unit composition he wants. And he can still keep applying pressure like this.
Yeah. Another big Widowmine drop coming in here. Not sure if it's going to get much damage at all. Just another very big pull from HerO. So not bad. We'll see if MarineLorD wants to finally move out here. Phoenix is kind of out of position to deal with any drop potential from MarineLorD, and he's scanning that front.
Scans the front. Poor Observer.
Goodbye.
Finally goes down. Revelation is on this army, so HerO knows it's coming, but what can he really do? Going for a counter with the Warp Prism, but either way.
He's scanning it. I think he smells blood in the water. He wants to go for the kill right now. Let's see how good the splits are. He's stimming forward, trying to go for those Colossi right away. Not the best force fields to help out Liquid HerO here. Not much even on the ground at this point. 2 Colossi about to go down, and it looks like MarineLorD is going to take a best-of-3 series against our Korean player, Liquid HerO.
Yeah, great moves from MarineLorD. Beautiful last game there. Really playing the map, doing a lot of damage with those Widow Mines. So, yeah, he should be very happy with that. Gonna shake his hand. HerO, no doubt, gonna be pretty crushed.
Oh, man. Yeah, HerO, he can barely even shake his hand at this point. That's got to be a crushing loss.
Salt City Valdez is what we call that. But, it happens here. And we were really curious to see how HerO will be playing this tournament. And, he was doing pretty well in Korea for some time recently, but I didn't think TVP was really his thing.
Yeah, not really.
No.
And especially going into Moonlight Madness in that second map, it seemed to have really thrown him off. That was one of the most tilting games I even had to watch as a Protoss player.
Well,
he was trying to take his 3rd base for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean...
it just never even happened.
It was more the map, though, than anything else. So he should have been coming into this game being like, okay, this map is certainly not favored in Protoss. This is probably what the Terran's going to do. I've laddered for a few weeks on this map now, and I hate it because they just keep dropping me from both sides, and I can't take a 3rd. But he should be expecting this. Maybe he should have changed his style. Maybe he should have gone for a 2-baser.
Yeah.
A little bit more aggressive.
I would have loved to see, even that aggressive Immortal push that he did on the first map. But at the same time, the natural on that map is pretty easy to defend, I feel. It's pretty small. You can get a decent amount of bunkers there to hold that off. And, Yeah, it's going to be a pretty bad loss there for HerO, but we'll see if he can make it through the group at the end of this today.
Yeah, certainly so. We'll have to get a look at who else is in that group and see if he can actually claw his way back. But yeah, I don't know, it's looking great for MarineLorD. He's doing fantastically so far.
Yeah, that's got to be an awesome win for him. You know, he's got to be feeling the hype, man. He's definitely feeling it here, taking out HerO. But guys, we're going to jump straight into our interview with our winning player, MarineLorD.
Welcome back, guys, to the DreamHack Open 2015 Valencia here. We do have the winner of our last series. Great cast, as always, guys, is MarineLorD. I got to say, you know, the first thing I want to ask is the Game 2 on Moonlight Madness, when the Mothership Core is, like, killing all your Marines. Because as a Terran player, I know I get that, like, oh, shit feeling. What's going through your head, like, when you're trying to get that mine there up to block the Stalker?
I wasn't very confident. Like, he did a lot of damage, so I wasn't sure if I would do well in this game, but then I tried to do some drop and it worked pretty well against him, so it was cool.
Yeah, I felt like the maps are an interesting thing to consider as we move into this third season. And if you guys have any questions you want to ask too, like I had to do my Terran thing here.
I wanted to jump on that. How do you feel about that map for TVP in general? Do you feel like it's strong for Terran, or do you just do you enjoy the map? What do you think?
I think it's very strong for Terran. Moonlight, and I'm not sure about Dash and Terminal. I think it's very hard to differentiate.
I think Dash and Terminal is certainly pretty strong for Terran.
seems so far in the maps we've seen.
Yeah. How did you feel after game one? Because that was a pretty ruthless game. Like he certainly was in his momentum, doing all the harassment from all sides.
Yeah, actually, in game one, he was like killing every drop from everywhere, but he was going very far with his unit. So I was like, it's not possible to play like that. You shouldn't play like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, in second game, if I play well, I will just win. It happened.
Yeah, I mean, going into game 3, everything's tied up. You went for a pretty quick reactor factory build. Your Hellions weren't able to do much, but do you feel like your engineering bay blocks in this game set you up for the mid game well enough? Because you tried it a couple of times, but it didn't seem like it was super impactful on HerO's play.
Yeah, it was just YOLO. I wasn't sure if I should eBay block or not. Yeah. With this build, I'm not used to do it because like his second bay wasn't over at the end, so I couldn't go with Alien and kill some units. So I wasn't sure if it was worth it, but in the end I won, so it's okay.
All right. Well, you guys have any other questions you want to ask MarineLorD?
So lately you've had some success against Koreans in best of 3 series. So going into this match against HerO, who's not a Korean, who's doing like that well lately, do you actually consider yourself the favorite in this sort of matchup?
Against Protoss, I'm never a favorite, to be honest. It's my worst matchup. Against any Zerg Korean, I think I will win. I just have to play mech and they don't know how to deal with it. And against Terran, it's very hard. So Gumio is very strong. Fantasy is very, very strong, so I'm kind of scared of them, but otherwise it's okay.
So who do you want to face in the next round?
Any Zerg.
All right. Thank you very much for your feedback, your answers, MarineLorD. Guys, we're going to be, of course, seeing him continue on as he keeps this run alive. We've had a lot of interesting results. Of course, we'll keep you as posted as possible, but for now, we're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, our next series here at the DreamHack Open 2015 Valencia. We'll see you in just a bit.